Yo, what is up, guys? It is Bro Gets Rich, and today I'm going to take you through this over $6,000 Robinhood dividend stock portfolio. I started this portfolio back in September, so it's been about 7 months, and I've been able to get about $6,000 in 7 months, so not bad. I'm going to take you through the positions, what I'm holding, what I'm buying right now. I'm going to take you through my dividend income spreadsheet, show you how much in dividends I have earned so far in 2024, watching that grow, so that is always fun. And then I'm going to kind of take you through my future plans for this portfolio. So make sure to like and subscribe. And starting out, as you can see, this is the 1 year, right? So we've had a nice little dip in the stock market over the past few weeks. So definitely, if you are a dividend investor, you like that. You get more yield on cost as you build your long-term portfolio. So now let's get into the positions that are in this one. All right, so first off, I paid the $5 a month to be a Robinhood Gold member, getting 5% on cash, uninvested cash sitting in the account. So as of right now, I have, and this is a relatively newer thing, just trying to get some stable yield. I mean, this is a dividend, slash income portfolio, including, I kind of qualify this as a dividend because I am getting, a cash return, cash flow. And I'm also not against someday doing some, selling some covered calls and other things to generate cash in this portfolio because, yes, it is mainly a dividend stock portfolio, but I do want it to be just an overall cash flowing asset portfolio. So anyway, I have some cash in here. Depending on, how things go over the next week or so, I may actually start deploying it in some of these stocks. Let's take a look. So these are the stocks that I own in this portfolio. These are total returns since September. So I will, SEHD is about $75 a share right now. It was a little over 80 not too long ago, so we've seen a nice little dip. Still, with that being said, I'm up over 2%. JEPI, which is a cash covered call ETF or a covered call ETF. Basically, not a lot of price appreciation on this, but you do get, depending on the month, around an 8 to 10% yield, cash on cash return, and it's paid out every month. So that is really nice. And then we have DGROW, which is basically a dividend growth ETF. Recent addition to the portfolio, down 1.47% on that. So definitely going to need to scoop up some more of that and get my cost basis down. But let's take a look at the SCHD dividend history because, as you can see, that is the bread and butter. That is the majority of my portfolio. And that is kind of what I've identified as my main dividend ETF that I want to continually average in to basically every day for the long term. And as you go through the dividend history, so just paid a dividend in March. We'll look at that shortly. Starting yield right now, 3.22%. And if you go through the dividend history, you can see nothing but growth over the long term. So definitely looking up to the future and building some significant cash flow and getting a nice yield on cost for the long term. And then we have DGROW, the recent addition, which I will buy more of. Not going to be my main focus with this one. SEHD will be as well in this portfolio. But as you can see, over the long term, the dividend is consistently growing, and that is definitely what we like to see. This one has been growing nicely as well. And this one has a little bit of a lower starting yield at 2.25%, but we'll see how it plays out over the years. I wouldn't be surprised if this one, catches up or surpasses my CHD yield. Okay, and opening up my dividend tracking spreadsheet. So you can see I'm going to be doing this year over year. So we have 2023. I started this account in September. And so somehow I was able to capture a measly SCHD dividend at the beginning of this. But what we'd like to, what I'm going to show you here is, so I have my JEPI payments. This is paying monthly. So when I first started this, my first payment was 33 cents in October of 2023. And if we fast forward to April of 2024, it has gone up to $4.08 per month. And then so far, my first SCHD payment was $1.11, $13.41 in December of 2023. And now I got one more in March, and then we are all the way up to $22.92 for the quarter. I also was able to capture $2.47 of my first DGROW payment. And then I also included in here, this is my Robinhood Gold. So this is basically just my interest that I'm receiving month over month on my cash. So you can see that the SCHD Dividend payments are growing pretty nicely. Looking forward to the next one. But what I think mentally really helps me focus and kind of see the month over month picture, and why I personally, not financial advice, but for me, like in my own portfolio, I recommend for myself JEPI, because it gives you some sort of like making a monthly dividend payment when you're starting out is very nice. And then to see something grow month over month like this is, albeit they are small payments as of right now, but they will grow substantially larger. And it is very kind of morale building, because dividend investing, unless you have a lot of capital to start out with, is a long-term game. So the way I like to think about it is like, I just like pick my smallest bill. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, let's say my water bill is like $30 a month. Well, that's the goal right now then. The goal is to get this to $30 a month, right? Because then I can say, hey, JEPI's paying my water bill. And then I pick my next highest bill. Maybe it's my cell phone bill. Let's say it's like $60 a month. Well, then sooner or later, JEPI's paying my cell phone and my water bill. And then you pick your next largest bill. And you just kind of want to view it like that. Just make small little incremental goals. Because if you're like looking for it to pay your rent like right out of the gate or something like that, like that's an unrealistic expectation. So you just kind of have to set little micro goals and then stick with the plan. That's worked really well for me. And then also recently, as of last month, I started just kind of, whenever I'm making these videos or whenever I'm entering these dividends in this spreadsheet, just kind of giving like this bottom number is just a snapshot of the overall portfolio value. So overall portfolio value, and I didn't get it for these months. This is an idea I just had, but just for reference, my portfolio value when I put these dividends in last month was $5,800. And when I entered these in just now, I'm at $6,100 roughly. So also gonna show you this nice portfolio growth over time. Just another reference point that's nice to look at and can gather some information from. And then as you can see over here, this $43.83, this is my total dividends or interest paid from this cash flowing account year to date for 2024. So, considering I only had a couple months of growing this account in 2023, I only made $17.31 in 2023. So we've already more than doubled that in 2024. And it'll be exciting to see what the total number is at the end of 2024. Also worthy to note, so these are my positions, right? When I started this account, I was only putting $25 a day, alternating between SCHD and JEPI. And then for the past maybe month or two, I've actually been allocating a little more. I came across a little extra cash, which I dumped in there, which is how this $1,300 came about. I think that was just like a lump sum. I just had some extra cash. So I just wanted it to gain some interest, and this was a perfect place, being a cash flowing account, to put it. But in the future, so like I said, it started with $25 a day, then ramped it up for a little bit. I kind of rotate money between my stock portfolios depending on which strategy I feel like is a better buy at the moment, or if I'm unsure, the plan kind of is right now to put money into this account, but basically going to keep buying SCHD all the time. Still going to basically putting $25 a day minimum into this account. Although I recently started a QQQ position in another portfolio, and I've also been trying to average down in Tesla since Tesla's kind of been dumping. But once that kind of evens back out, I will probably start putting $50 to $75 a day back into this dividend portfolio. Like I said, SCHD is pretty much a daily buy, and then I'm kind of just rotating between JEPI and DGROW. That is pretty much the plan. So I'm going to go over a couple quick tweets that caught my eye real quick before we get out of here. But let me know down in the comments what you think about dividend investing as a long-term strategy, and which dividend stocks or ETFs you like to buy. Okay, real quick Tesla tweet. Just because I'm a big Tesla bull, I really like the company, I like the products, I like the technology. Teslanomics put this photo, why Tesla is laying off 10% of their workforce, with a picture of the Optimus bot. And I do think this kind of holds true. I think there's two things I'd like to bring up. First of all, it's really funny how, Meta and I believe Google laid off a bunch of their workforce not too long ago. And, nobody really took it too harshly. But when Elon does it, everybody's just freaking out and how horrible he is, and the stock dumps. So that's one. And then number two is, I don't know. I do think that Tesla is definitely planning on replacing human workers with the bot someday. I don't think that's anytime close. I think this is kind of just a short-term play to, cut some costs, boost some margin. But in the back of Tesla's mind, I definitely think that they are in the long term preparing for a bot workforce. So however you want to feel about that, it's definitely good for margins long term. Now, I'll leave you with some inspirational words from my boy Alex Hormozy. Really like the tweets he puts out. So he says, "I've never had someone with a longer marriage shit on my marriage. I've never had a more jacked guy talk down on how I lift or what I eat. I've never had someone richer than me bash me for how I do things. Hate comes from people who don't know you, below you." And I just think this really rings true. It doesn't matter if it's somebody shitting on you for wanting to get started investing, or somebody shitting on you for wanting to elevate yourself in your job, or wanting to start a business, or somebody shitting on you about the way you're working out. The longer I work, the longer I try and build businesses, the longer I invest, I realize that he is right. Like everything, anybody who's like shitting negativity on you, like they're beneath you. And it kind of takes some time to figure that out. And then the higher up you get, certain things that were above you, they also become beneath you. That's just kind of the evolution. So just keeping your eyes on the prize. So anyway, that's my roundup on how I invested over $6,000 in dividend growth ETFs in just over 7 months. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. This portfolio is definitely going to be really fun to look at in a couple years as the cash flows grow and as the portfolio value increases. I am Bro Gets Rich. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.